Hello children, how are you all? Yesterday we have seen Civics Unit 2, Central Government. The first part we have seen. Today we are going to see the second part. In the first part, we have seen about the President of India and the election of the President and what are the powers he has and about the Vice President. Today, we are going to see from Prime Minister, page number 251, book page number 251. Always you have to keep the book with you. Open the book, page number 251. Prime Minister. You know very well who is our Prime Minister? Yes, Mr. Narendra Modi is our Prime Minister. The picture is given and you know about our Prime Minister. And the Prime Minister is the leader of the majority party, is Lok Sabha, is appointed by the President as the Prime Minister. The leader of the majority party is Lok Sabha, is appointed by the President as Prime Minister. In Lok Sabha, which party is the majority party? Who was the leader of the party? The person will be appointed by the President as the Prime Minister. The leader of the Lok Sabha. There shall be a council of ministers with their Prime Minister as the head and advise the President. The council of ministers with their Prime Minister as the head and advise the President. The post of Prime Minister of India has adopted the Westminster, England, model of constitutional democracy. The Prime Minister, the post, were adopted from the England Westminster model. The other ministers are appointed by the President on the advice of the Prime Minister. There are many ministers: Financial Minister, Educational Minister, Food and Security Minister, like that many ministers are there. Is there no? These ministers are appointed by the President. But the Prime Minister only suggests. So, the President will get the advice from the Prime Minister and he will appoint the ministers. And duties and function of Prime Minister. What are the duties and function of Prime Minister? The first one is the Prime Minister decides the rank of his ministers and distributes various departments. You know that there are many departments like Educational Department, Financial Department, Cultural Department, like that many departments are there. Is or no? These all distributes by the Prime Minister to the ministers. And the Prime Minister decides the dates and the agenda of the meeting which he presides. The Prime Minister decides the dates and the agenda of the meeting which he presides. Agenda means Nihalchi Niral. If any meeting happened, we have to make the agenda. That is Nihalchi Niral. Preside means Talamai Tangudal. So the Prime Minister only decide the date when they have to keep the meeting. And he only will be the head of the meeting. And the Prime Minister informally consults 2 or 3 of his senior colleagues when he does not convene a cabinet meeting. Colleague means Saga Uliyar. Always the Prime Minister will consult with their seniors before the cabinet meeting. The Prime Minister supervises the work of various ministers. He only appoint all the department ministers and he will supervise the ministers. The minister acts as the link between the president and the council of ministers. The council of ministers, they cannot talk to the president directly. If they have any opinion, they can tell to the Prime Minister, then Prime Minister only can talk to the President. The Prime Minister is the leader of the nation and chief spokesperson of the country. He is the leader of the nation. Who is the leader of the nation? Prime Minister is the leader of the nation and he is the chief spokesperson of the country. If you see that in the media and everything, the Prime Minister only talks. Whatever about the country, he only talks in central government. The central government controlled by the Prime Minister and the state government controlled by the Chief Minister. All the state and central government controlled by the President. And Council of Ministers. The meaning of Council of Ministers is Amacharavai Kulu. After the election, the President of India, on the advice of the Prime Minister, appoints the Council of Ministers. Prime Minister only appoints the Council of Ministers, but he has to ask the advice of the President. Categories of the ministers. 3 categories are there: Cabinet Ministers, Ministers of State, and Deputy Ministers. Cabinet means Amaicharavai. Cabinet Minister, Amaicharavai, Amaichar. Ministers of State. ஒரு மாநிலத்தின் ministers. Deputy ministers, துணை. Deputy means துணை அமைச்சர்கள். So these 3 categories of the ministers. What are they? Cabinet ministers, ministers of state, and deputy ministers. Cabinet ministers. The cabinet is an informal body of senior ministers who form the nucleus of administration. Nucleus means utkar, the important persons. The cabinet is an informal body of senior ministers only will be there in the department of cabinet ministers. In the team cabinet ministers will be there. In there, senior ministers only will be there. They are called the cabinet ministers. Important decisions of the government are taken by the cabinet, such as defense. Defense means பாதுகாப்பு, finance, external affairs. Affairs means விவகாரம் and home. About these all, the decisions will be taken by the cabinet ministers. Okay, so the cabinet ministers or the senior ministers, the important decisions will be taken by the cabinet ministers. And the ministers of state, the second category of ministers. They are also in charge of ministers or departments, but they do not participate in the meetings of the cabinet unless invited to do so. So the cabinet meeting will be there. Amaicharavai Kulu. The Amaicharavai Kulu meeting will be there. In the cabinet meeting, only cabinet ministers only can participate. Minister of states, without inviting, they cannot participate in the cabinet meeting. And the deputy ministers, they are the lowest ranked ministers in the cabinet. So, who are the highest ranked ministers in the cabinet? Cabinet ministers. And second category, ministers of state. And the third category, deputy ministers, Thunai ministers. They are either the ministers of cabinet or state in the performance of the duties entrusted to them. And the next one is Parliament of India, Paralumandram. Look at the picture. This is the building of Parliament. It is in New Delhi. The Parliament is the legislative organ of the Union government. The Parliament is the legislative organ of the Union government. It is in New Delhi. This is the picture of Parliament. The 3 parts are there in the Parliament. One is the President, Rajya Sabha, the Council of States, and Lok Sabha, the House of the People. Under the Parliament, there are 3 parts: the President, Rajya Sabha, and Lok Sabha. About Rajya Sabha. The Council of State or Rajya Sabha consists of 250 members, out of whom 238 represent the states and union territories elected by the method of indirect election. The Rajya Sabha, it has 250 members. Already I have told you in the previous class. From that, 238 elected by the states and union territories, and the 2 elected by the special knowledge. Okay, 12 elected by the special knowledge, 238 elected by the states and union territories. Okay, they select by the indirect election because these people are not selected by the people directly. Indirectly they selected by the people. And those who are special knowledge in science, sports, literature, art and social service, from that 12 people are nominated by the president for the Rajya Sabha. Altogether 250 members are there in the Rajya Sabha. Qualification of the Rajya Sabha members. He should be a citizen of India. He should not be less than 30 years. We have seen president and vice president. If they want to become, the age is 35 years, less than 35 years. Yes, 35 years should. But this is 30 years below. 30 years below, more than not 30 years. Okay, he should not hold any office of profit under any government. He should be a person with sound mind and monetarily solvent. He should not be the member of Lok Sabha or any other legislature. These all are the qualification of the Rajya Sabha members. And term of house. The Rajya Sabha is a permanent house and it cannot be dissolved. This is one of the permanent house. The members of Rajya Sabha are elected for a term of 6 years. How many years they can work in the Rajya Sabha as a member? 6 years they can work as a member of Rajya Sabha. And 1/3 of the members of Rajya Sabha retire every 2 years. Every 2 years, 1/3. 1/3 means if the 30 people are there, 10 people, they have to retire. Every 2 years, once they have to retire. The Vice President of India is the ex officio chairperson of the Rajya Sabha. The Deputy Chairperson of the Rajya Sabha is elected by the members of the Rajya Sabha. And election of Rajya Sabha. Members of Rajya Sabha are elected by the elected members of the State Legislative Assembly. So, Rajya Sabha members are elected by the State Legislative Assemblies. This process of election is called indirect election because the Rajya Sabha members are selected by the people indirectly. They are not selected directly. So, this is one of the indirect election method. The next house is Lok Sabha, which is called lower house, upper house and lower house. Rajya Sabha is the upper house and Lok Sabha is the lower house. The Lok Sabha is the popular house of the Indian Parliament and contains elected representatives of the people. Maximum number of members can be elected for Lok Sabha is 552. The Lok Sabha as of today has 543 elected members. Out of this, 530 members are elected from different states and 13 members from the union territories. And the President generally nominates 2 members belonging to the Anglo-Indian community. At present, the Lok Sabha consists 545. There is a mistake, 12 is there, you have to correct it 2. The President generally nominates 2 members belonging to the Anglo-Indian community. At present, the Lok Sabha consists of 545 members. And the 545 members Among these, 530 members are elected from the different states and union territories, and 2 members are from the Anglo-Indian community. The qualification of the members: he should be a citizen of India. He should not be less than 25 years of age. Rajya Sabha he should not be less than 25 years of age. Rajya Sabha he should not be less than 30 years of age. அதற்கு குறைவாக இருக்கவே கூடாது. More than 25 years only people they are qualified for the members of the Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha 30 years above only they can qualify for the Rajya Sabha. He should have his name in electoral rolls in some part of the country. He should not hold any office of profit under the union or state government. He should be mentally sound and economically solvent. These all are the qualification of the Lok Sabha members. And the term of the House, Lok Sabha. Generally, the Lok Sabha enjoys a term of 5 years from the date of its first session. So, when the first session starts, first meeting when it starts, from that they can take the position of 5 years. Election. The members of the Lok Sabha are directly elected by the people. The Election Commission of India arranges, supervises and conducts election to the Lok Sabha. The Election Commission only conduct the election to the Lok Sabha. Universal adult friendship is followed while selecting the members of the Lok Sabha. All Indian citizens above 18 years of age who are registered as voters will vote for their representatives. So, these people are selected by the people directly. Lok Sabha members are elected by the people directly by the universal adult friendship, because above 18 years of people, those who are registered as voters, they can vote for their representatives. This is the election method of Lok Sabha. And functions of the Lok Sabha. Any bill can be introduced and passed in the Lok Sabha, including money bill. It has the same power as Rajya Sabha to participate in case of impeachment of President and the judges of Supreme Court. It has equal powers as Rajya Sabha in passing a bill for constitutional amendment. So, all the bills like money bills, everything can be introduced by the Lok Sabha. Take your book, page number 253. Money bill. Rajya Sabha does not have any power to amend or reject the money bill. Lok Sabha can only introduce money bill, and once it is approved by the Lok Sabha, it is passed to Rajya Sabha for its approval. If Rajya Sabha fails to pass it within 14 days, then the bill gets passed without the approval of Rajya Sabha. Also, Lok Sabha does not need to consider the amendments proposed by the Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha can reject all the proposal and pass it. So, Rajya Sabha cannot make any bills, but the Lok Sabha can only introduce the money bill, but the Lok Sabha has to get the approval from the Rajya Sabha. If the Rajya Sabha reject the money bill, then again they have to do the correction in the money bill, and they have to get the approval within 14 days. The Speaker. The Lok Sabha is presided over by the Speaker, who is selected by its members. Presided means Talamai Thangudal. The Speaker only presided the Lok Sabha. and who is selected by its members. The members only, they select the speakers for the Lok Sabha. The office of the speaker occupies an essential position in our parliamentary democracy. The speaker continue to be in the office even in the houses dissolved till a new speaker is elected by the new Lok Sabha. The speaker can continue his posting when the new speaker is selected by the members of the Lok Sabha. Till that he can continue. He has the power to decide whether a bill is money bill or an ordinary bill. The money bill is introduced by only the Lok Sabha, not from the Rajya Sabha. But the Rajya Sabha only has to give the approve to the money bill. If there is any correction, Rajya Sabha has to tell to the Lok Sabha to change, but the Rajya Sabha has no rights to change any correction in the money bill. While the office of speaker is vacant or the speaker is absent from the sitting of the house, the deputy speaker presides except when a resolution for his own removal is under consideration. The speaker position is vacant in Lok Sabha, the deputy speaker will be there, is an assistant speaker will be there, Tunai speaker. So he will preside, Talaimai Tanguvar, in that position, and when they find the resolution, till that the deputy speaker will be there in the position. Parliament session. There are 3 sessions are there in the parliament, they follow. Budget session from February to May. Budget session February to May. And monsoon session July to September. Don't think that season, okay? Session, meetings. Winter session November to December. So these session are there, which is followed by the parliament. Budget session February to May, monsoon session July to September, winter session November to December. Powers and functions of the Parliament. The Parliament of India has the functions of legislation, overseeing the administration, passing of budget, ventilation of public grievances, தேவைகள். Grievances means what? தேவைகள். Discussion of various subjects like development plans, international relations and internal policies. So, the Parliament of India, in that only Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha are there, yes or no? So this only overseeing the administration of passing of budget, annual budget, and they only look at over the public grievances, and they only discuss about the various development plans, international relations and internal policies. These all made by the Parliament. And second powers and function of the Parliament is also vested with powers to impeach the President and to remove judges of the Supreme Court and High Courts, Chief Election Commissioner and the Controller and Auditor General of India in accordance with the procedure laid down in the Constitution. So the Parliament has the rights to remove the judges of the Supreme Court and High Courts, Chief Election Commissioner and the Controller and Auditor General of India. These all the people can be removed by the Parliament. Accordance with the procedure, there is a procedure. The Parliament, without procedure, without any reason, it cannot remove any judges or any authorities. But if there is a reason, the Parliament can remove the judges of the High Courts and Supreme Courts, Chief Election Commissioner, Auditor and General of India. And the Parliament has the power to change the boundaries of the states. Many states are there. Yes or no? What are the states? Do you know? 29 states are there. They are Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Jammu Kashmir, Gujarat, Rajasthan, like that many states are there, 29 states are there, yes or no? So the Parliament has the power to change the boundaries of the states. Boundary means எல்லை. The next one is Attorney General of India. Duties and function of the Attorney General of India. The Attorney General is the highest law officer in the country. He is appointed by the President and he must be a person who is qualified to be appointed the judge of the Supreme Court. He may be removed by the President at any time. He may also quit in his office by submitting his resignation to the President. Duties and functions of the Attorney General of India. To give advice to the Government of India upon such legal matters which are referred to him by the President. Attorney General of India has the right of audience in all courts in the territory of India. So the Attorney General can give the advice to the Government of India about the legal matters which are referred to him by the President. An Attorney General of India has right of audience in all courts in the territory of India, Union Territory of India. Okay. Further, he has the right to speak and to take part in the proceedings of both houses of the Parliament, upper house and lower house, or their joint sitting, and any committee of the Parliament which he may be named a member but without a right to vote. So these all are the duties and function of the Attorney General of India. About Attorney General of India given in this slide, the Constitution has provided for office of the Attorney General of India. He is the highest law officer in the country. He is appointed by the President. He must be a person who is qualified to be appointed the judge of the Supreme Court. He may be removed by the President at any time. So, Attorney General can be removed by the President at any time. That is the decision of the President. And the Attorney General only appointed by the President. Then Judiciary, Needithurai. This is the third organ of the government. Executive, legislature and judiciary. Executive is the first organ and legislature is the second organ and the judiciary is the third organ, Needithurai. Judiciary is the third organ of the government. It plays a vital role in protecting the rights and freedom of the citizen. There is a mistake. It plays a vital role in protecting the rights and freedom of the citizens. So, judiciary is one of the important organ of the government because the judiciary only protects the rights. The human rights are protected by the judiciary, and all the citizens, they can get the freedom because of the judiciary. If there is no judiciary, the human will not be protected, and there will be no freedom of the citizens. So we have some rights and we have some duties. So these are given by the judiciary. In the previous lesson we have seen about the rights, about the duties. So we have to do our duties so that we can get our rights. Supreme Court. It is in New Delhi. District Court, High Court, and then the highest, the Supreme. That means the highest, yes or no, superior. The Supreme Court is in Delhi. That is the highest court in our country. The Supreme Court is the guardian of the Constitution. The judiciary plays an important role in defending the rights and freedom of the citizens. It plays an important role in analyzing the interpreting the necessities of law and the Constitution. So, the Supreme Court only plays an important role in analyzing the interpreting the necessities of law and the Constitution. It is one of the important role for our rights and the freedom. Before seeing qualification of Supreme Judges, book page number 255, open. There is a box, do you know? The Supreme Court of India, New Delhi was inaugurated on January 28, 1950. It succeeded the Federal Court of India established under the Government of India Act of 1935. January 28, 1950 only it was inaugurated. The same year, before 2 days, our India got Republic. Yes, on January 26 is our Republic Day. Then, composition of the Supreme Court. At the commencement of the Constitution in 1950, our Supreme Court consisted of 8 judges. How many judges are there in the Supreme Court? 8 judges. Look at your book. Including the Chief Justice. At present, the Supreme Court consists of 34 judges, including the Chief Justice. In the beginning, in the 1950, in Supreme Court, there were 8 judges. Now, in Supreme Court, 34 judges are there, including the Supreme Justice, Chief Justice. And next one is appointment of judges. How do they appoint? The Chief Justice of Supreme Court in India is appointed by the President of India. President of India only appoint the Chief Justice of Supreme Court. All the other judges are appointed by the President in consultation with collegiums with Chief Justice head. So some qualification we need to become a Supreme Judges. Okay, what are the qualification? The first one is he must be a citizen of India. He should have worked as a judge of a high court for at least 5 years. He should have worked as an advocate of the high court for at least 10 years. In high court, he should have worked as a judge at least 5 years and advocate, lawyers, for at least 10 years. She is, in the opinion of the President, a distinguished jurist. So these all are the qualification should have the one who is going to become a Supreme Judge. In the book, page number 255, under the heading of Qualification of Supreme Court Judges, the Constitution also provides for the appointment of judges to the Supreme Court on an ad hoc basis. Ad hoc means temporary. The Chief Justice and other judges of the Supreme Court hold the office up to the age of 65 years. The judges of the Supreme Court can resign before their term by giving their resignation in writing to the President. The Parliament also has power to remove the judges by invoking impeachment provisions. The Supreme Court has its permanent seat in New Delhi. Parliament also is in New Delhi. It may also sit any other place in India which may be decided by the Chief Justice of India with the approval of the President of India. The Chief Justice is appointed by the President. Then powers and functions of the Supreme Court. It has some powers. First one is original jurisdiction, appellate jurisdiction, advisory jurisdiction, miscellaneous jurisdiction, judicial review. These all are the powers and functions of the Supreme Court. Original jurisdiction, appellate jurisdiction, advisory jurisdiction, miscellaneous jurisdiction, judicial review. Jurisdiction. What is the Tamil meaning of jurisdiction? Adhihara Varambu. Adhiharam, power. Original jurisdiction. Unmayana Adhiharam. The cases which are brought directly in the first instance to the Supreme Court come under original jurisdiction. These may be dispute between the Government of India and one or more states, of dispute between two or more states. The writs are issued by the Supreme Court for the enforcement of the fundamental rights. These all are the original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. Second one is appellate jurisdiction. The Supreme Court is the final appellate court in the country. Appellate means மேல்முறையீடு. First they may go to the district court and they will appeal to the high court, and the case is not success, then they will appeal to the Supreme Court. That is appellate jurisdiction means மேல்முறையீடு. So the Supreme Court is the final appellate court in the country. As regard the appellate jurisdiction, the Supreme Court hears appeals against the decision of High Court in civil, criminal and constitutional. Cases with a certificate from a High Court that it is fit to appeal in the Supreme Court. Such a case can be brought before the Supreme Court only if the High Court certifies that the case invites a substantial of law as to the interpretation of the Constitution. Then advisory jurisdiction, Alosanai Adhikar. The Constitution confers of the President the power to refer to the Supreme Court any question of law or fact which in his opinion is of public importance. And miscellaneous jurisdiction, Idara Adhikara Varambu. The extra powers. The law declared by Supreme Court is binding on all courts within the territory of India. The Supreme Court is authorized to make rules for regulating generally the practice and procedure of the court with the approval of the President. So these all are the powers of the miscellaneous jurisdiction. And judicial review. The power of the judiciary to declare a law as unconstitutional is known as judicial review. There are 4 points in book, page number 256. Dispute between the center and states to interpret and clarify a provision of the Constitution about which there are some doubts and differences of opinion. Protecting the fundamental rights, those laws passed by the legislature which are not in accordance with the Constitution. So these all are the judicial reviews. So what are the powers and functions of the Supreme Court? One more time. Original jurisdiction, appellate jurisdiction, advisory jurisdiction, miscellaneous jurisdiction and judicial review. And today homework is draw the chart, page number 248. You have to draw the chart in the classwork note, at the same time you have to draw it in the homework note also. Today homework is draw the chart, page number 248. The organs are there. 3 organs of government. And next fill in the blanks. Write fast in the note and you have to find the answer from the book. What are the interior words are given, you have to keep them very safely. From that test will be there. They are very important to you. So you have to keep the one word safely. Write the homework very neatly. Some people handwriting was very worst. You have to write very neatly. Don't use black pen. You have to use only ink pen and pencil for underline. Draw the map and practice every day. What are the lessons already have completed? You have to study very well. Fill in the blanks. First one. Members of Rajya Sabha are elected by the elected members of the dash. Dash are individually as well as collectively responsible to the Lok Sabha. Dash is a permanent house. Dash are the lowest ranked ministers in the cabinet. Dash is the legislative organ of the union government. So these all are the fill-ups. You have to find the answer from inside the book. Complete your homework today itself. So, civics, first lesson already we have completed. Today we have completed civics, second lesson. Tomorrow we will see the next lesson. Before that you have to study every day, take some portion and prepare very well. Write and see all the question answers. Don't only study, you have to study and write. Study and write all the question answers. One words, draw and see the map. If you have no map, practice map in the hand, you have to buy. So finish your homework, we will see tomorrow.